It's up to you in how you set up the negotiation environment. One of the most important things as a great real estate agent is the ability to be able to create competitive tension. How do you create competitive tension? You get a buyer at a property at 4 o'clock, one at 4:15 and one at 4:30. You leave a tape measure on the kitchen bench. And if any of the buyers ask if they can borrow the tape measure, that's an incredible capability to be able to drive that level of competitive tension when another buyer sees someone else in the house who's actually measuring a wall or measuring the fridge hole who looks like they're about to buy the property and move in. You see, as a great agent, whether or not it's on auction day or whether or not it's through for sale and what you do in a multi-offer scenario, it's your job to create that negotiation environment. I don't take offers on SMS or on email. I want to try and get face-to-face or at least over a Zoom meeting, particularly if I'm dealing with someone from interstate. It's really important that you understand that you get all of the elements together to really allow a successful negotiation. It's simple things like understanding all of the terms associated with the offer rather than just dealing with the price itself. Then once you've got those, making sure that you're very clear with the buyer. If the buyer is offering the full asking price, then obviously they're going to be able to buy the property. But if they're making an offer and it's not the full asking price, then that doesn't guarantee them the right to think that they're actually going to own the home. Now more than ever before, you've got to explain to them how you're going to take that offer forward. From an owner's perspective, they're going to be considering that. They're going to see whether or not they can negotiate and buy the one they want to buy. That's going to take some time. And so would your offer be valid for say 5 business days from today? And getting that into a binding situation, whether or not it's a contract of sale or doing something in some way that actually allows the owner, for when they sign that documentation, to be able to bind the buyer to their offer. Then at the same time, in working with your seller, you don't want to be a terrorist with them. You want to make sure that you're very, very clear that you're working together. It's what we do together over the course of the next 24 hours that will absolutely guarantee all success or not in what we do inside of this negotiation. So together as a team, we need to be thinking about what we're going to be saying back to the buyer. What are our leverage points? What are the situations that we've got? What's the reason why the buyer's looking to buy? How many other properties are competing for the same buying pool? And how much time do we have as a seller in order to be able to negotiate effectively with this particular buyer? It is really important that you understand the negotiation environment. You understand the urgency of both the buyer and the urgency of the seller. And that as an agent, you know exactly what to do to allow both parties to know what they need to do in order to be able to win. It's really important that you create an environment for success. And when you get into tricky situations like multi-offers, that you actually have a one-page consumer guide on what you do to assist both parties through that multiple offer process. It's important in the way that you handle these things because this is your reputation for what other people say on what it's like to deal with you. Even if they're not successful, you still want them to be a raving fan for how you manage the sales process. As a great agent, you need to know how to set up that environment, how to create that competitive tension, to be able to maximize the sale price, to be able to get properties sold, to reduce the risk, and to make it easy for your customers.